What if I told you the luggage industry has been playing you for years, convincing you that a decent carry-on costs $275 or more? Bags like the Away Carry-On, or Tumi, or Rimowa, while the bags that airline crews actually wheel through terminals, the bags that testers who've put 53 models through the grinder actually recommend, sit on shelves for $50 to $160 and almost nobody talks about them? The Travelpro Maxlite 5 is the one that sits at the very top of that list, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. Here's what most people miss. Every major US airline raised baggage fees in April of this year. As of this month, you're now paying $45 to $50 every single time you check a bag. Frontier charges $79 and up. Southwest, the airline that let bags fly free for 54 years, now charges $45 for bag number 1. The math is brutal, and it's never going back. The luggage makers know this, and their answer is to sell you $300 polycarbonate status symbols, Away, Rimowa, Tumi, when the real Goldmines are sitting right next to them on the shelf, ignored. Here's what we're doing today. We've got 7 carry-ons that cost a fraction of what the marketing machine wants you to spend, and every single one has been tested, reviewed, and validated by the people who actually know. I'll tell you right now, number 2 on this list is a bag that comes with a 10-year warranty and an organization system that testers say outperforms bags at 3 times its price. And number 1, the Travelpro Maxlite 5, weighs so little you can lift it with one finger, costs less than a single round trip of checked bag fees, and has been the quiet favorite of airline crew members for years. Hit that subscribe button because every week we post videos that tear apart product marketing and show you exactly where the real value hides. Here are 7 cheap, lightweight carry-ons that will save you hundreds of dollars a year, ranked from smart to absolutely genius. Number 7, the Rockland Melbourne 20-inch, the budget brawler that refuses to quit. This bag comes from a company called Fox Travel, created just over a decade ago, and they built their entire brand on one idea: give people a hard-shell carry-on with spinner wheels for less than the cost of checking a bag twice. At $57.99 to $78 depending on color, the Rockland Melbourne sits in a price bracket most people dismiss as disposable junk. The testing tells a different story. You get a hard-shell design, 360-degree spinner wheels that roll just fine through airport concourses, and a bonus expansion zipper for those trips where you're pushing the limits. It comes in bright colors and wild patterns, which is actually part of why it gets ignored by serious travelers who associate loud design with cheap quality. The field results say otherwise. For 1 or 2 trips a year, this bag handles cross-country flights without falling apart. It weighs 7.5 pounds, which is honest weight for a hard shell at this price. The materials vary between ABS and polycarbonate depending on the color you pick, so it's not built for constant heavy abuse from someone living in airports 50 weeks a year. But for the traveler who flies a handful of times and doesn't want to gamble $45 per flight on checked bag fees, this is a no-brainer. You can find it at Walmart, Target, Kohl's, and Amazon. Think about that. A fully functional hard-shell spinner for less than what you'd pay to check a duffel bag on 2 flights. The reason most people overlook it is pure snobbery. It doesn't have a luxury logo. It doesn't come in matte charcoal. It comes in turquoise with polka dots, and it works. If you've been buying cheap duffel bags and paying to check them, this one's probably already sitting in your price range, waiting. Number 6, the American Tourister 20-inch spinner, the workhorse that earned its name the hard way. The Good Housekeeping Institute tested luggage brands and named American Tourister the best value luggage brand, and that wasn't a participation trophy. That designation came from structured evaluation by one of the oldest consumer testing organizations in the country. At $69, this ABS hardshell gives you everything most travelers actually need: a solid shell, smooth wheels, and enough interior space to pack for a long weekend without sitting on the lid. It weighs about 7 pounds, which keeps you well under the carry-on weight limits that international carriers enforce with a scale and a smile, and well within IATA carry-on dimension standards of 22 by 14 by 9 inches. The numbers don't lie. 7 pounds empty means you've got 15 to 16 pounds of actual clothes and gear before you hit a strict 10-kilogram limit on carriers like Lufthansa. That's a meaningful margin that heavier bags eat into fast. Why does this one get overlooked? Because American Tourister is owned by Samsonite, and Samsonite would much rather sell you a bag at $220 or point you toward their Tumi brand at over $500 than point you toward its budget sibling that does 80% of the same job. The brand has been serving budget-conscious travelers for decades, and the $69 price tag means you could buy this bag, use it for 2 years, throw it away, buy another one, and still spend less than a single premium carry-on. Here's how to actually use it. Grab it for domestic trips where you need a clean, functional hard shell, and you don't want to think twice about gate checking it if the overhead fills up. If you've been eyeing the Samsonite lineup but flinching at the price, this bag is probably the answer you didn't know existed. Number 5. The Amazon Basics 21-inch expandable carry-on. The $52 secret hiding in plain sight. $52. Let that number sit for a second. That's less than what you now pay to check a single bag on most major airlines. For that price, Amazon Basics gives you a durable ABS shell, 360-degree spinner wheels, and an interior compression system for organized packing. And it meets IATA carry-on dimension standards straight out of the box. Their own testers confirmed this bag held up beautifully after several cross-country flights. The real-world performance backs this up. You get expansion capability, smooth rolling, and a shell that can handle the overhead bin without cracking on impact. There's no TSA-approved lock or laundry bag at this price, but that's not what you're buying this for. You're buying a functional, rolling hard shell that costs less than dinner for 2. Think about that. A family of 4 checking bags on a round trip is burning $360 in baggage fees alone at today's rates. 4 of these carry-ons cost $208 total, and you never check a bag again. The testing is clear on one point. A BS plastic is not polycarbonate. If you're flying 50 times a year, the shell will show wear faster than a premium bag. But for the traveler who flies a handful of times annually and treats their luggage with basic respect, this bag does the job at a price that borders on absurd. Here's how to actually use it. Buy it for exactly what it is, a reliable, no-frills carry-on that saves you real money from Flight 1. The reason it gets overlooked is the same reason store-brand cereal gets overlooked. People assume the lower price means lower quality, but the compression system and spinner wheels perform at a level that embarrasses bags at twice the cost. If you've been paying to check a bag because you thought a decent carry-on cost too much, this one is probably already in your cart, waiting. Number 4. The Koolife Luggage Suitcase 20-inch. The 3-piece set that costs less than one bag from the big names. If you're starting to see the pattern, if you're realizing that the luggage industry has been charging you a premium for a logo while budget bags deliver the same core performance, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps this reach people who are actually reading the fine print on what they buy. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you belong here. Now, Koolife. This is the one that breaks people's brains. $179.99 gets you not one bag but 3, a full set. On sale, that drops to $119.99 for 3 pieces. The carry-on alone weighs 6.35 pounds, and it's built with what the manufacturer calls German industrial-grade virgin polycarbonate. That's the same class of material you find in bags costing 3 times as much, bags like Rimowa and Away. You get smooth spinner wheels, a TSA lock, expandable storage, and organized interiors across all 3 pieces. Real users confirm it. One reviewer took the 20-inch internationally with layovers, packed it to capacity, and reported the zippers held every single time with no issues. The bag handled the beating and the stuffing. The testers back this up. The build quality at this price point has no business being this solid. You get a 2-year warranty covering the handle, telescopic handle, body, and wheels. That's not a lifetime warranty, but for a set that costs less than one medium case from the famous brands, it's more than fair. Here's how to actually use it. Buy the set, use the 20-inch as your carry-on workhorse, and keep the larger pieces for road trips or checked luggage when you need it. The reason this gets ignored is brand recognition. Nobody's bragging about Koolife at the airport lounge. But if you've been pricing out a single premium bag and wincing, this 3-piece set is probably the most lopsided value sitting in your search results right now. Number 3, the Samsonite Free Form Carry-On Spinner, the name brand bag hiding at half its own price. Samsonite has been a trusted name in luggage for over a century. That's not opinion, that's just the timeline. And the Free Form is the bag most people should buy if they want that century of engineering without paying the full brand tax and without stepping up to Samsonite's premium Tumi line at $500 and beyond. The sticker says $219.99. The street price sits around $120 to $140. At that real-world price, you're getting a polypropylene hard outer shell specifically engineered to absorb impacts, 4 smooth spinner wheels, running on Hinomoto-class wheel systems built for high cycle use, expansion capability, and the Samsonite name on a bag that weighs just 6.5 pounds. Expert reviewers called it the perfect mix of quality and price, their favorite cost-effective hardshell. The numbers don't lie. 6.5 pounds with a polypropylene shell puts this bag in a completely different durability class than ABS options at the same weight. It sits right at the point where you're getting real build quality without entering the $300 plus luxury luggage territory. And then there's the warranty. 10 years. A decade of coverage on a bag you're buying for $130. Think about that. $13 a year for a Samsonite carry-on with a shell that's built to take a beating mile after adventurous mile. Here's how to actually use it. Wait for the street price, never pay full retail, and you'll own a bag that outperforms anything in its real price bracket. The reason it gets overlooked is Samsonite's own lineup. The brand pushes its higher margin models harder, and the Free Form gets buried in the catalog. If you've been telling yourself you can't afford a Samsonite, you probably already can. You just haven't found the Free Form yet. Number 2, the Swiss Gear Scion Soft Side Expandable 21-inch. The organizer's dream that nobody talks about. At about $80, the Swiss Gear Scion does something almost no other bag at this price even attempts. It gets the inside right. Every pocket is usable. The fabric and mesh liners are notably stronger than competitors. Testers who put this bag through real-world travel said what stood out most was just how well organized it is for day-to-day use. 40.5 liters of volume at 7.3 pounds, backed by a 10-year limited warranty. The field results confirm it. This is the bag reviewers call the best Swiss Gear carry-on overall, the best balance of price, organization, and usability for most travelers. It's soft side, which means it has give when you're overpacking. It compresses into tight overhead bins, and it won't crack if someone drops a roller bag on top of it. The casual, unassuming design works for weekend getaways and cross-country business travel equally. And for TSA pre-check travelers who breeze through security, the Scion's quick-access exterior pockets make the checkpoint even faster. Here's a detail the honest reviewers flag. According to airline compliance data compiled across carriers, the Scion technically exceeds the stated carry-on dimensions for 145 out of 146 carriers checked against IATA standards. The practical reality is far less dramatic. Because soft bags compress, gate agents use sizers, not rulers, and this bag fits into overhead bins without drama in real-world use. Here's how to actually use it. Pack it like a filing cabinet. Use every pocket, every liner, every compartment the way it was designed. This bag rewards organization. It gets overlooked because soft-side luggage doesn't photograph as well as glossy hardshells, and $80 bags don't get influencer unboxing videos. If you've been cramming your gear into a disorganized duffel or an overpriced hardshell with one big empty cavity, this bag is probably the upgrade you didn't know you needed. Number 1. The Travelpro Maxlite 5 21-inch expandable spinner, the airline crew bag that costs less than 2 checked bag fees. Here's what nobody tells you about the most popular premium carry-on bags. Away at $275, Rimowa at $700, Tumi at $500 and up. The people who actually live in airports, flight attendants, pilots, gate agents, the people who roll a bag through a terminal 5 days a week, a huge number of them don't carry those bags. They carry Travelpro. And the Maxlite 5 is the entry point into that world. 5.4 pounds. Read that again. 5.4 pounds for a full-size expandable carry-on spinner with 4 quiet wheels and an ergonomic PowerScope light telescoping handle. That's 2.1 pounds lighter than the Away carry-on at $275. On an international carrier enforcing a 7-kilogram cabin limit under IATA carry-on rules, that 2-pound difference is the difference between boarding with your bag and watching it get checked at the gate. At $144 to $169, this is the bag Wirecutter still recommends as an ideal lightweight pick. The testing backs this up across every major review outlet. The 2-inch expansion gives you real packing flexibility when you need it. The limited lifetime warranty means Travelpro stands behind the bag for as long as you own it. Think about that. A lifetime warranty on a bag that costs less than 2 round trips of checked bag fees at today's rates. The reason this bag gets ignored is Travelpro's own brand hierarchy. The Platinum Elite is what the company's professional reputation is built on. The Maxlite 5 is the budget tier, the one that doesn't get the glossy marketing push. But it's the one the crews actually carry. It's the one the testers keep recommending. And it's the one that weighs so little you can practically lift it with one finger when it's empty. Here's how to actually use it. Make it your permanent carry-on. Stop checking bags. Stop paying $45 a flight for the privilege of waiting at baggage claim. This bag has been saving experienced travelers real money for years, and it's probably the single smartest luggage purchase sitting in your search results right now. If you made it all the way to the end, you've just learned something most people never will. The best carry-on bags aren't the ones with the biggest marketing budgets. Not Away, not Rimowa, not Tumi. They're the ones that the testers, the crews, and the frequent flyers quietly rely on while everyone else overpays. Smash that like button if this changed how you think about luggage. Drop a comment and tell me which one surprised you most. Team Koolife? Team Swiss Gear Scion? Team Travelpro Maxlite 5? I read every comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. I'd love to have you on this journey with us. Remember, sometimes the best carry-on isn't behind the glass case at the luxury luggage store. Sometimes it's on the bottom shelf at half the price, waiting for you to pick it up.